Wow, this camera sucks ass. I guess I'll be getting a new one. Mm. I'm live on YouTube right now. I want to talk about Charlie Kirk's funeral. If anybody feels like chit-chatting, find me over there. I'm gonna be alone before we touch back down. Just I need to set up a better setting for my videos going forward if anyone even gives a shit. Sky. Hello. Welcome. I apologize ahead of time. My camera is absolute shit on this computer, but this was completely last minute today. I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit. But going forward, if I do this more in the future, I'm definitely going to have to get a better camera set up because this is awful. Please don't look at my trashy room. I'm cleaning. That's what I'm doing today. Everything you see behind me is because I've been in deep cleaning mode for like a month. So everything's been pulled out of my closet. Everything's been, and that on the wall is my kids. So, anywho, to everybody that's in here, you know that there's a chat feature. You guys can chat me in here if you want. It's kind of stupid though. It doesn't show me like who's in here. Okay. So anyway, welcome to everybody that's joining right now. This is my very first live on YouTube. Yesterday I had asked a bunch of people if they could subscribe to my channel. I'm not trying to get famous, y'all. I don't give a fuck about being famous. I'm 45. I'm a mom. What am I going to do with YouTube fame? I don't give a shit. I just feel like with everything going on in the world right now, nobody is speaking up the way they should. Everyone's afraid to talk, and I just want to be able to have a space where if people want to talk, people want to say things about Charlie Kirk without fucking getting attacked left and right. That's the hard part, is that I think most people are afraid, but I'm not. So, welcome and thanks for being here. I wish I could see who joins, but it doesn't show me. It just shows me that there's people here. So today, I tuned in to Charlie Kirk's funeral. Man, that shit was powerful. I was driving, and I wasn't prepared for it to move me as much as it did. Like, I knew it would. I knew that his funeral would make me sad. So I kind of avoided it all day. I didn't want to go check it out because I knew that it would make me all up in my feelings. and it did. And then that led me to make my other video where I said, I don't understand how someone can watch that and have absolutely zero feeling. How devoid of human emotion are you that you can watch that and justify in your own mind that you're right? And what I mean by that is you collectively have not just the entire nation of the United States, you have all over the entire freaking globe, people are honoring this man. They are honoring his words. They're honoring what he stood for. And yet liberals will still sit there and they will still say and make the claim that he was filled with hate. So here's my question for those that think that Charlie Kirk was filled with hate and that he was a horrible person. That means with your logic that the 12 liberals that are left on this planet right now, because I'm sorry, I know there's still a lot of people that identify as leftists. I get that. But I also know that they are the minority, okay? Whether they are the minority in this country or all over the globe, they're the minority. Every country has faith of some kind. Every country has something they believe in. And the one thing that we can all collectively agree on is that if you are a faithful person, whether you believe in Jesus, whether you believe in Allah, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, everyone can say that preaching good and preaching actually, you know what? Let me take this back. I wish I could say that those that have faith in other cultures would also look at this as a horrendous event, but we both know that's not the case. We both know that majority of people in other countries, their religions, their faiths don't always call for love and peace. Um, it's unfortunate because right now I feel like that's exactly what the world needs more than anything, and it's like the one thing that we're not getting, the one thing that we're not doing, and I myself am guilty of it. I was guilty for a very long time of screaming and yelling and being hateful and angry, and I still feel that way. I still feel it. I know. I mean, I'm guilty as anybody else for how much hate and anger I spew. But here's the difference between someone like me that's angry as a Christian versus someone who's just angry as a liberal. And I've said this before. A liberal will try to hurt you, and when they leave that interaction, they're happy. They're happy that they hurt you. They're happy that somewhere they've wronged you and they leave that interaction and they feel justified. They feel vilified. They feel like they're right. And at the end of the day, what are they really feeling? They're happy. They are happy they hurt you. Most Christians I know don't operate like that. And I'm a perfect example. And let me explain what I mean by this. I also am guilty of spewing hate. When I've spoken in the past, and I've had many channels up, I've had Snapchat, I've had just everything, all my prior channels. The points I always made were always valid, and people always did agree with me, but even I was guilty of the way I delivered that message. And the one thing that I've always looked at is how Charlie delivered his messages. I always felt exactly like him, but man, he had a way of doing it, and I can't do it like that. So what I'm trying to work on is my delivery. I'm not saying my words are wrong. I feel like a lot of my past, the things I've preached, the things I've said are right, but I've done it with so much anger because it's not that it's like the typical phrase of hate the sin, not the sinner. I'm very guilty of that. I'm often very angry about the sin of the sinner. And it comes out like I hate the sinner themselves. I don't. I hate their sin. And I hate their sin because it makes me sad that I know that they're going to burn. They're going to perish. They're going to live an eternity of being without the kingdom of heaven. And that's sad. And it makes me upset. And it comes out as anger. And I'm trying to change that about myself. And I think a lot of people in this day and age are feeling that. Like we're all angry, we're all upset, but then we're also conflicted because we know that if we respond and if we act hateful, then we're no different than liberals, right? So at the end of the day, It's our job to channel that anger into something constructive, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's my new journey, my new path. And if there's anything that Charlie Kirk taught everyone was that you don't have to resort to anger and violence, and if we do, we're no different than the left. We really aren't. We're really no different than they are then. That doesn't mean we have to take all this shit laying down, and it doesn't mean that we don't fight for things we believe in. It just simply means that we don't come from a place of anger and hate. We try to remind ourselves that we're also imperfect and flawed and sinful. And if we're going to judge the left and hate the left for that, then ultimately it's like we're judging ourselves because we're not perfect. And they are clearly lost and they are clearly broken individuals. And even worse, they don't have Christ at all. So now they're just empty vessels of hate and evil because the devil can infiltrate that. Like if you don't have if you don't have the armor of God protecting you, you're just an open, vulnerable source for the devil to fill. And that's why you see most liberals look extremely possessed when they're talking. Like they are beyond just angry. There's like something else working through them. And don't tell me you can't see that. It's so obvious. It's so obvious when you see a liberal go into one of their like manic psychotic modes. It's like that's more than just anger. There's something possessing these people, and that evil that possesses them, there's no way you can fight against it. That person themselves has to wake up and find Jesus and find the word of God. And if they don't, nothing we're going to say is going to fix that. So today, in honor of Charlie, I want everyone to be better, including myself. And that's what I'm trying to do. I've been angry for far too long, and it's for the right reasons, but anger begets anger, hate begins hate. So it's time for me to change. And I feel like today, on the day of Charlie's funeral, if everybody else feels that way, today's a good day to change. Anyway, that's my deep thoughts. This is my first live on here. I'm going to go ahead and just save it, but I will set a schedule in the future. And if you've checked me out, you've found my channel, please know I'm not trying to become TikTok famous. I really don't give a shit about being famous. I just want to be able to have a place where I can put my words out there, my thoughts out there, and other like-minded people can engage in conversation and feel like they can just talk without being completely bashed for their beliefs. So, welcome, and I will talk to everybody soon, and I will get a better background next time, okay? I'm in the middle of cleaning today. I just wanted to put this message out there because I was watching the funeral. Okay. Take care.